Today's 7 on Sunday. I'm really excited about this week's theme because we get to talk about our most surprising books of 2020, and I think I've got a pretty good list here, but like some of them maybe are a little bit late pushing it because I still thought I would enjoy them when I read them, but I feel like if my expectations are exceeded then it's a surprising read. But I just feel like because this year, I mean, I've only read 55 books so far this year, so there's not a lot for me to pick from. And when I was in that period where I really wasn't feeling anything for a long time, and like, I mean, I'm still kind of there a lot, but most of the books I've been reading lately I've been really enjoying, but some of them I haven't been. So it's a bit all over the place, but I'm excited to get into this video. The first book I want to talk about is Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. So I guarantee probably every video I'm going to mention this book, but this was actually a book that I didn't really hear about until I saw it on Instagram and on YouTube, and it wasn't one of my anticipated reads. I really wasn't feeling much about it, but seeing everyone post about it, it kind of piqued my interest. So then when I saw it come up on Scribd a couple of days later, I was like, I might give it a listen. It's probably going to be an okay read. But as I continued to listen and to enjoy it and to find out more about these characters and just how the plot kept thickening, I really liked Pepper and Jack as characters, and I really liked how much this book kind of like exceeded my expectations. Like, it was just really enjoyable, it was really fun, and just really cute, and I definitely want to see what more she's going to write. She wrote such a good rom-com styled book with this one that I definitely think she's going to be able to write some more amazing things. Next, I want to talk about Yes, No, Maybe So by Becca Albertalli and Asha Saeed. This is definitely one that I thought I was going to like, and it was on my anticipated reads list, but I guess I didn't expect to get so invested in the political side of the book because I was rooting for them so much throughout the story, and also to know that it delved into so much about discrimination, and not just of people of color but also of religion. This book was really good because it talked about a lot of deep things and explained about a lot of stuff, but also Jamie as a character was just adorable, and I really liked Maya. And though I expected this book to be good, I didn't expect it to be as deep as it was, and that was what was surprising to me, and I just really had a lot of fun with this. And political books had like an era for a time there because obviously the American election was happening, and like also just generally politics were getting really strong, so I think this book did a really good job, and it was just a really great read. Next, I want to talk about A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemeria. I feel like I can never say her last name right, but A Curse So Dark and Lonely was literally my favorite book of last year, and coming into the sequel and finding out that it wasn't going to be about the same characters, I was really hesitant going into this book. I didn't really want to enjoy it because I loved Harper and Ren, and they were great characters, and like Grey was okay, and then Leah Mara is a character in this. I just didn't know how I was going to feel going into it, but as I started to read this and to pick it up, I started to really enjoy it, and now I see them both kind of as like equal footing for my favorite characters. Like, I like all the characters, but honestly this book has kind of made Ren seem like a douchebag, and that doesn't make me happy. I was so against wanting to like this because I was just being stubborn, and then I really enjoyed it. I'm excited for the third book. I know it's A Curse So Bold and something, but it's gonna have everyone's point of view, so I'm hoping that we're gonna see some really good clashing of conclusions there, and everything's gonna like happen together. But I really recommend this. This was a great story, and it really added to the whole world and the whole arc of the story, and it's just really fun. The next four are ones that I've read way more recently, but they were all ones that I just really enjoyed, and I feel like were a surprising read to me. So first one, Pivot Point by Casey West. So I am a big fan of her contemporary novels, and I was a bit hesitant going into this one, and this is honestly why it took me so long to get to this one, because this is a sci-fi novel, but she's my favorite contemporary author, so I wasn't sure how she was gonna like do sci-fi, but honestly this book reads like a contemporary. It is done so well. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars, and I just like the idea too that it's like 2 timelines, sliding door premise, like there's all these things about it that I like. So I am surprised by how much this was actually amazing, and I was just being a dumbass not reading it straight away like I should have. But I just really enjoyed this, and I highly recommend it, and now I just want to pick up more of her stories. But I actually got just really annoyed because I bought one of her more recent ones a few years ago in paperback, and then the paperback was bigger than all the other ones that I own, and I was like, that's just not right. They need a match. Like, these ones match, even though they're the sci-fi ones. So I think that's the main reason why I stopped reading her books for a while, because I was just a bit disappointed about that. But I'll have to go and look and see how many of her books that I've still got to read, because I think there's like 5 now that I haven't read because I've just been behind by a couple of years. But I definitely have reignited my love for Casey West. Next, I want to talk about Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. So, Aurora Rising was an okay book, but it wasn't my favorite thing ever. I only gave it 4 stars and I was disappointed in it. But coming into Aurora Burning, I was kind of hesitant because I didn't really want to like get too disappointed. But my god, this book like blew me away. Like, so many things were happening, so many characters were introduced, so many things just became canon and not canon, and just like things were happening. Like, there is so much about the plot that I'm so intrigued about now, and literally my main reason for going into this book is about Aurora and Cal, and I don't even care about them anymore. I care about all the other stuff now, and I just really enjoyed this book, and I gave it 5 stars. It is probably going to be my favorite in the trilogy because I don't know if the 3rd book's going to like disappoint me or it's going to be good. I don't know, but I definitely was pleasantly surprised with how much I ended up loving this. Okay, the second 2 are audiobooks I listened to more recently. So the first one is Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey. This was definitely surprising to me because the first 2 books were like okay, but not the best thing ever. Like, I read them and then I read the sequel and I wanted to keep going. But then I came into this book and I was so pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed the characters way more, how it wasn't so like dominating all the time. It was fun. There was a little child in there as well, Lara, she's a little cutie, and it's about staging and renovating houses, and like he's like a bull rider. Like, these are all random things I'm dropping at you here, but there were so many good things about this story, and just in general Bethany and Wes's relationship just built so well. Like, it was hate to love and the banter was spot on, but just everything about them was just great. Like, I really enjoyed it, and it was just like a lovely story, and I like that this like trilogy ended on like a high note for me because this book was done just so well. Okay, the other book I want to mention is Mistletoe and Mr. Right by Sarah Morgenthaler, and this is a bit of a cheat because I haven't actually finished it yet. I'm 55% of the way through the audiobook, and I hope I would have been done by the time I came to this video, but I am still going to mention it because I feel like I am surprised by how cute this story actually is. The tourist attraction was a fun story. It was cute. I like the Alaska vibes, but something about Zoe and Graham that just doesn't hit the same as Lana and Rick, and I love Lana and Rick's story, and they're so cute. And like, Lana is just like a gazillionaire, and she's like in Miss Springs because she wants to like help the town, and everyone hates her, and Rick's had a crush on her since he first met her, and he was married at the time and now he's divorced, and Rick is the cutest guy ever. Like, he's the sweetest little gentleman and I love him, and just like all these like Alaskan men in these stories are fun. But I just am so happy about this story, and I just hope Lana gets to stay in Moose Springs and she's gonna be happy. Like, that's all I want. I seriously think though, having surprising reads or books that you had low expectations for that like blow them away is honestly the best thing about reading, because like, it's fun to read books when you know they're going to be good and your expectations are met, but just when it's like so out of the park there that you're like, oh my god, what? I enjoyed this so much. It is the best feeling. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed my videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!